Roster management, when you first come in, especially in today's day and age, is obviously going to be priority number one. How did you kind of deal with that in terms of the players that you inherited that decided to stay, those decided to leave, and the needs that you have to address?
We definitely spoke into kind of the vision and the direction when we want to go, how we're going to go operate, give an opportunity to those that were there, and ask really to just give us a chance with it. You know, you're trying to build some trust in a quick window, and then you learn a lot about your roster going through spring practice, and we feel really good about some of our additions we had in January and then post spring ball.
You have one of the most experienced and successful coaches in any sport in your department in Tom Izzo. I got the chance to talk with Tom yesterday. How much have you had the chance to kind of bounce ideas and get some wisdom from Tom?
Yeah, he has been great really since day one, and definitely leaning on him for some wisdom about the place. And we're working in really two sports that have similar issues, and so always learning a ton from him.
Well, you know that he's also a monster football fan. He's going to be at all your games. He's going to be in your ear all the time.
Yeah, he loves talking football, and he tells stories from his days back, playing, but knowing coaches that have come through. He has been an awesome asset since I've been here.
Yeah, he's also a great conversationalist. He spent about 25 minutes with us yesterday.
I bet.
Always a really fun listen for sure. There's been a lot of questions about offense and how it translates from what you did at Oregon State to inside the Big Ten. Ideally for you, and I know this will be an evolving process, what does your offensive scheme philosophy look like?
Well, we want to make the thing physical without question. We want to make it physical and make it hard on the defense. We've got a background on some of the things we've done previously, and then you want to adapt to your roster as we've gotten there. But want to have some balance, make the thing physical, and make it hard on the defense.
What about your defensive side of the ball? Because there have certainly been some questions when Mark D'Antonio had things going to Michigan State. It was always about the best defense, and the offense was a wonderful complement. In today's day and age, I'm not so sure that works quite as well in college football.
Still, you got to play some real defense and feel really good about Joe Rossi coming over. Has some experience in this league. He's done it at a really high level. And I feel we got some players on that side of the ball that make us really competitive defensively.
Kind of a really big picture question, a lot of different ways to answer it, but how will you ultimately define success? Not long term, but kind of year one for you and your staff in East Lansing.
Well, I'm not dodging the question, but we definitely want to be playing our best football at the end of the year. And if our process is right, we will constantly improve week 1 to week 2, week 3, and 4. Again, I'm not dodging the question. We want to win more than we lose. And I feel like if our process is right, we got a great chance to do it.
There's been a lot of discussion this week, and I'm sure there have been some in the room as well, about the Big Ten championship game, which is probably in an interesting situation anyway if the playoff decides to evolve and what happens with conference championship games. But it traditionally in this league has been in one place. There are 4 West Coast schools joining that would probably prefer if it moved from time to time out there as well. What's your take on rotating or sticking in one spot?
Right, that's interesting. I haven't put a lot of thought into it. I think there's something to tradition, one spot and all of that, but making it more or less fair on a conference that crosses the country, maybe moving around once in a while, I'd be a fan of that.
What sort of discussions have you had with your athletic director, Alan Haller, about what's coming down the pike with the changes to the transfer portal, the changes to NIL, the changes to revenue sharing?
Yeah, Alan's been great. I mean, in regards to what's best for the Big Ten, what's best for Michigan State, and it's still evolving. There's still a ton to solve out there, but I feel really good that he's leading our department that way.
Next couple of months will look like what for you and your staff?
Yeah, busy next month. A ton of recruiting. Our own roster gets back, and workouts going, and hosting a ton of recruits and be able to show off that great campus and all that we have to offer here at Michigan State.
It's crazy in the off season. You actually get excited to coach football again when you have to do all this other stuff, right?
Yeah, I think you get to do all this other stuff, but I definitely enjoy coaching on the practice field and being with the players.